Right, today is the 4th of November 2023, and we are looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Index. And I don't want to go through all the details through this history, but you remember that we were chasing this upward trend all the way up through here. And when it started to break down, we were paying special attention to see if it would hold. When this low broke down here, we knew pretty much then that it was really going to be difficult to rebound. And since then, we've had that downward trajectory. Okay. And in our latest post there, we let everybody know that we thought that we would get a bounce here up, and we got this exactly to the day and the number. And then we said we'd roll over and we'd come back down, and we hit our target down here. Okay, this was the support from that previous low. This was a target which we reached, and we extended past it. We had this really big down day here, and this is where I was saying that the big boys had left the marketplace. Well, I was wrong about that because they stepped right back in the following Monday, because this is the Friday, and we've since turned around and rallied. And as I explained, once we got back through these lows, then it was a really good chance that we'd rally from there, and we've done that. Okay. I also now think that we've hit our extended rally target. You can see the aggressiveness of that move all the way up. And we've now got back up to these previous highs up in here. And just last night, we tried to, move on up through it, and we broke back down. Let's zoom in there so we can see that a bit better. Yeah, so we didn't quite hold it. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens next week. Now, we've also got this long downtrend down through here, and it's probably not that accurate, but I'll just change that real quick so that we are accurate. So that's it there. So you can see that we've touched that a few times. Okay, right there. What was that? That was September 14. And now we've hit it again. So I do actually think that we'll probably pull up stumps here and roll back over. Downside target, it's very, very difficult to tell. Well, it's not very difficult, but, the market can do anything at any time. You can see that the indicators are looking a bit on the bullish side. If we break up through here, well, then we could get that move higher. And these previous highs up here might be that point where we stop. I'll just put that in right now. And that way we've marked it in, ready to go. Oh, got to do that. It doesn't seem to want to. No, can't do that. Can't move it. Get that out of the way there. I don't seem to be able to move that. Maybe now. Let's try that. Rectangle. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now we can put that in. So yeah, we might look at a target somewhere up in here if we were to be able to break through. I don't think we will, but there's probably a better chance that we'll come back off this white descending trend line. Maybe we rest about halfway. Maybe we hit this pink line as it moves its way across, and from there, that's the time when we might turn ourselves around and actually get up higher. Okay, but there's a few things running against that happening. For example, there's a government shutdown looming, I believe, in about 3 weeks. And that's usually bearish on markets leading up to it until they pass their budgets. And once they pass their budgets, then we get rallies again. So we'll see. If we're going to head down, I think we probably get down to this area again, maybe even lower. And we'd have to look to the left to see where that support is further down. So you'd be looking at these previous lows down here. So that would be a significant turnaround of around about 3,000 points on the Dow Jones Index. Okay. So anyway, just remember that this is the bigger companies. And in the globalized world we're in, this makes up a fair chunk of the overall corporate action taking place on the markets. So it's reliable. Okay. So that's the Dow Jones Industrial Index. Now, we're going to look now at the NASDAQ. I'll just take a look at that. That's down here. NDQ, that's us there. And so we can see here that the same process has happened. We had that downside extension, turned around, and we've had this nice big rally. And you can see on the NASDAQ as well, we've had this downtrend to get hit a number of times, and it's hit it again. So once again, given the extension of this rally, the move, it's pretty significant. I'd be surprised if we just kept going. I would imagine we'd need some sort of pullback if this is to go higher. I think again, the risk is to the downside, not the upside overall. So that's the Nasdaq. Okay. Next one is the S&P 500. Okay, and I've marked that line on there again. You'll notice it doesn't hook up with the actual high here, but it does. If I'm to, read between the lines, so to speak, we have it touching here, here, and now again here. And we have this horizontal support, which I didn't actually mark in. I'll do that now. You can see this gap here that got filled. That's probably a good place to put it. So you can see that we've kind of just touched into this gap. That may actually fill. So it's possible we could come up, extend beyond the downtrend, and then roll over and head lower. Okay, we may even consolidate in through this sort of area in through here, and then we could rally. But if we break back down off this white line, head down significantly, then I'd be a bit concerned. All right, it might be time to take some money off the table if you're in the market, the general market. Okay, Australian money. Now we're looking at this is a derivative of the All Ordinaries Index. And the reason why I use this one is because it shows the trade from Friday night. And so we get a bit of a sense of what's going on. And again, we've had to read between the lines a little bit here because we have a couple of wicks that go up above that descending line. It actually broke out here. But the fact that it then rolled over tells me that this is part of a larger wick. And so, yeah, I'm happy to say that the downtrend should be positioned along this line because you can see we hit it again. Lots of rejection out of that line as it descends down, and we've hit it again. So, this is a bounce out of a downtrend. It's what it looks like on the chart, and we'll see what happens next week. I think early next week we'll have a much better idea as to what's going to happen here. Whether we consolidate a little bit down, perhaps through this little triangle area, and then bounce, or whether we actually roll over and head lower. Okay. All right. So that's the Oz 200. That's my summary of the indexes only. It's not individual stocks. And of course, each individual stock will play its own guitar, so to speak. All right. Thanks for tuning in.